So this place behind me is called Russia Mall. That is impossible in Georgia for something to be called a Russia Mall. But here, perfectly fine. And I walked into there thinking that there would be like normal shops, like in a mall. But it turned out to be like just a huge market. Oh, by the way, nice background. Just a huge market of fake Adidas shoes. Well, kind of reminds me of Russia because, you know, all the brands left Russia. So Russia is a market of fake Adidas shoes now. But I expected a little bit more from this mall, honestly. But at least I cooled off a little bit. And yeah, no grocery store in there as well. Finally got to the grocery store. And let's just see the variety of nuts in here. That's insane. There are buckets of nuts. There's also churchillas. I don't know how they call there, but it's a Georgian thing, as far as I know. Maybe it's just the Caucasus thing, actually. So many people in here, but I'll try to film something for you. Teas, Russian teas with Russian writing, coffee. Oh, you can actually grind your own coffee. Wow. Oh, Chinese treats. So I got to the Republic Square and it's very beautiful. Looks a little bit European, Italian to me. This building is yellow, like a beige yellow, and this building is pink. Not like bright pink, but like blush pink, beige pink. Thank you. And it has a clone up there. This is very beautiful building with a clock, a Big Ben of Armenia. And it's also pink, and also there's different shades of pink. It's some sort of fountain. The main part is not working, but a little bit of water coming out. Oh my god, like I feel like I'm gonna get sunburned and just gonna die right there. But I couldn't not show you this. Look at the signs, like they styled like this all over Erevan. This one is Sakharov Square, Defense Housing Complex, Nalbandan Street, Erevan History Museum, and Nation Ministry, probably, of Armenia. Yeah. So pretty. Republic Square. If you're ever visiting Erevan, definitely go to Republic Square. It's worth it. I hid under the tree from this heat and I'm still sweating. Not nice. But I got kicked out of the store. Technically they just like stopped me from filming. They said no photo and I'm like, okay, sorry. Yeah, so I didn't have enough time to film everything in the store that I wanted. A little bit sad about that, but I'll show you what I got. I got the cheese. My major thing I wanted to do in Armenia this time is try chechel, which is this kind of cheese. How do I know if I can't read Armenian? There's a little thing here in Russian, says chechel traditional. Thank you for the translation. No English though. Yeah, we don't need it. So there's like 3 kinds of it. Not sure if this one is like particularly good or not, but got it in a grocery store. I feel like it will serve the purpose. So let's open it up and try. And I don't know if like different colors mean different flavors. People are staring at me like I'm insane. I'm just filming myself eating cheese in the park. How is it crazy? Oh, it smells like regular cheese, not like smoked cheese. Let's try the most like classic looking one, the white one. By the way, my hands are dirty. I'm sweaty. I'm eating cheese in the park on camera. That's cheese. Just like a very, very salty kind of cheese. Kind of reminds me of like mozzarella by the flavor of it. I like the texture, I like how it's like, it looks like a noodle. It's good. It's cheese. I don't really feel the difference. It's just like a lot of salt. Maybe it slightly has like a cheddar undertone, but honestly just very salty cheese. Let's try the brown one. I thought there's different flavors. Turns out they're not. Yeah, I don't really taste the difference. I feel like they're all the same flavor. This whole thing fell on the bench. Oh, also I got this, yeah, this one says chechel smoked. Yeah, like smoked one and regular kind are different things. Just realized that. So that's what I want to try, the smoked one. But I'm not gonna open this one because like too much cheese for me. I'm gonna eat it later. Gigantic bottle of water. It's called Zulal. Zulal. Made in Armenia. Yeah, it only has Russian and Armenian. Actually trying to be on a budget because like my views are low and like I don't have enough money to like fully live as I want to and like go to cafes every time. So trying to save up some coin or at least not go into debt. I stayed in a cheaper hotel and I even had breakfast included. I'll show you the breakfast. It wasn't the most impressive, but it was existent, so that's already good. I see a dog. And also I went by marshrutka, by like the bus. That took me 5 hours out of my life. But I really like that kind of traveling. Like I could have gone by train, which would be like 8 hours or something like that. But train tickets were more expensive and I was thinking that I can do a bus. I can actually do a bus ride. I found a bus company that can take me to Armenia, and that was like very Russian advertised company, and I texted them in WhatsApp because that's what we use in Eastern Europe. And I texted them like, hey, can I book I was like, let me book one place for this date, this time. And they're like, yeah, sure. Then at that time I came in the bus station and I went to this like agency little office, and I stayed in line there, and then they're like, why are you staying in there? And I'm like, because I booked a fucking ticket with you? And they're like, no, you have to go to a different thing, which is like not this company. And I'm like, okay. They're like, here's your bus driver. I'm like, okay. Dogo's visiting me. Do I pay him or like what do I do? And he's like, did you buy a ticket? And I'm like, no, I thought I paid you. And he's like, well, actually, let's like buy a ticket. So I feel like the scheme is like sometimes you pay the driver, sometimes you pay the like main office thing. So you pay for the ticket not at the office of the company, but like at a different place. Some people sat at my bench and started talking on the phone, so I can't film there anymore. But here's me at the dogo. Hey, dogo. Here's another dogo. Here's this dogo, dying from the heat. Literally the mood. So there's like, I see 4 stray dogs, and they're like literally so close to me, but they're all friendly because everything is friendly in Armenia. And that's the monument here. Talking about the bus station situation. Ooh, rhyming. They just constantly send me to different places. Why are you yelling at me? They just constantly send me to different places. And I'm like, my bus is supposed to leave at 10 and it's already 10. Like, would I make it in time? But it's Georgia. So the bus didn't leave at 10. It left at 10:30. Not because of me, because they decided so. Yeah. That took some of my nerves because I was constantly thinking that I'm gonna be late, the bus gonna leave without me, but it didn't. And I also asked about like, how do I get back to Tbilisi by the same like company and same bus? And they responded with, we'll tell you later. Nice service, guys, nice service. Oh, by the way, in the bus, I was with Polish girl, Argentinian guy, 3 people from, not sure that they were from Spain, but they spoke Spanish, and 3 people from Kazakhstan that spoke Russian and Kazakh. The driver was Armenian, so there were no people who actually Georgian, which is weird. I only know how to pet cats, and cats love this movement. This dog actually likes it too, so fun. Yeah, so when we came to Erevan, I asked the driver, hey, I need to get back to Tbilisi in a couple of days. How do I do that? And he's like, call this random Armenian number and tell him that you want this. And I'm like, okay. And today I was at a cafe and I had Wi-Fi, and so I was able to call them. And I called the driver, speaking Russian. Everyone there speaks Russian because it's bus to Armenia, so everyone is super like Russian friendly. So I spoke Russian to them. There was a man on the phone, and I'm like, hey, can I book one place at the bus? Because I'm like scared there wouldn't be any places like available, any seats available in the bus. So like, I really need to get back to Tbilisi like this day. And he's like, yeah, that's totally possible. Call tomorrow. Why can't we do it today? Yeah, dog also doesn't understand what's going on. They also have metro here, and I was thinking I want to use the metro, but it's very inconveniently small, and it doesn't go to the place where I need to be. By the way, the structure of the city really reminds me of Russia. I don't really know why. Probably because the streets are wide, and like the structure of the city, of how like how the streets are arranged and how the roads are like super wide. Maybe that what's giving me Russia, but in Georgia, I don't have this feeling a lot. I feel like also the architecture is very different in Armenia and in Georgia. Here it looks like more Soviet to me and more Russian. I realized that I never showed you my hotel room, so let me do a little room tour. So because I stayed in a cheap hotel, I didn't expect much from the room, but it has an air conditioner and breakfast included. What else can I wish for? So let me show you around. That's my bed, that's the window, a little table, a mini fridge, and another table, mirror, high, and wardrobe, and the air conditioner. Let's actually walk into the bathroom. So like toilet, shower, sink, and it has flowers on it. And that's the view from my window. Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. They have this tag in the ear. This one is purple and this one is red. As I googled in Georgia, it doesn't mean anything. It just means that at some point they ran out of one color and just changed it to a different one. But some people say that red label means it's an aggressive dog, and like green label means it's a friendly dog. But they don't let the aggressive dogs into the city. I feel like in Armenia it works the same. So they're all very friendly, very like fat and fed and nice too. Maybe at the outskirts somewhere they're not friendly, but like the ones in super city center, they're super friendly to you, and they like the pets, they like the cuddles, they don't bother you much, so they're like act like a gentleman. 1, 2, 3, 4.